inaugural Star Wars The Old Republic Guild Summit here, March 2012 in Austin, Texas. First of all, is thank you very, very much for coming. You've come from a long way in some cases. I guess I should say merci and vielen Dank, I guess, for the French and Germans. Did I get that right? Was that good? I don't know the Norwegian, otherwise I would say thank you in Norwegian or Brazilian indeed. But thank you very, very much for coming. We have 160 guilds represented here, which is amazing. Many, many more are watching online. We have thousands of people online watching this right now. And you guys really have come from all over the world. We've got, where's my Brazilian delegate? Where is he? There he is, right there. From Europe as well. Who's from Europe in? Welcome to that side. Across North America, I'm sure there's plenty of North Americans here, Canadians as well. I never forget Canada. Any Canadians? No? Oh, there we go. They're very mild mannered. And is it true that we got people here from Australia? Did we get an Australian too? One guy. Better than that. So yeah, as I say, thank you very, very much for coming. So here's what to expect of the Guild Summit today and to part tomorrow. We're going to learn about the current and future plans for Star Wars: The Old Republic. We're going to discuss and debate upcoming changes to the game. We're obviously going to have a chance to meet, collaborate with other guild leaders and get to know those guys who are playing the game more exciting, and hopefully have a little bit of fun. Here's what not to expect. You are, I'm afraid, not going to get the opportunity to present every single piece of feedback that your guild has in a one-on-one private session with a developer. There's too many of you, there's not enough developers, it just doesn't really work out. You probably also, to be fair, won't get the chance to speak on every single topic we have. We're going to try and go through as many of your questions and we're going to get as much discussion going as we can. But unfortunately, there really are a lot of you and there's not so many of us, and we only do have limited time. But the good news is, if you do have additional feedback, and of course this applies to anyone who's watching online, you can post in the Guild Summit forums, which we've opened up especially for the Guild Summit. If you wish to, you can also just email us directly at guilds@citadel.com. So here are my ground rules, okay? Number one, no epic speeches, please. When you get the microphone, don't clear your throat and take out a 200-page document you have in your bag and say, point one. We do only have limited time, so we'd ask you to keep your questions and your comments quite brief if you can, and most importantly, do keep it focused on the current topic that we're talking about, okay? We don't want to talk about operations when we're supposed to be talking about role-playing or, unless it actually applies to role-playing, and vice versa. And with that, I get to hand over to the man I affectionately call the Grand Poobah of Star Wars: The Old Republic, James Owen, game director at
Well, it's great to see all of you here. I'm going to be talking about two things. First, how has Star Wars: The Old Republic been doing since launch? And then I'm going to give you a sneak peek of Game Update 2, which I think everyone in this room is going to be very excited about. So, how has the Old Republic been doing? Really well, in fact. We're the fastest growing subscription game in North America. We've already sold past 2 million copies. We have the average playtime for players being 5 hours a day. Just think about that. 5 hours a day times 7 days a week is like a full work week. So that's kind of insane. And finally, we have millions and millions of players creating millions and millions of characters. So this is probably the size of some major North American city. I can't think of one off the top of my head, though. So, other things. The team itself, since we've launched, we had a great launch, but we also have to continue to build on service, and that's what the team has been doing. So the first thing we did was do Game Update 1, and Game Update 1 introduced a full new operation, it introduced a full new flashpoint, and we also did a lot of bug fixing. We've also launched in the Asia Pacific region, so that happened on March 1st, and it's gone smoothly. And finally, one of the biggest things we've been focused on is just the a weekly cadence of bug fixes. So we've made sure to focus on improving the game and fixing all the things that might disrupt your play experience. And we've had a real focus on the Elder game for this, because I know that everyone in this room is probably most interested in level 50 and everything happening in that area of the game. So what's next? Well, we have the Friends of Star Wars program. That's launching tomorrow. And it's actually going to allow you to invite 3 of your friends to play the game for free for a whole week. So we're pretty excited about that. And if you want to get more information on that, you can always go to StarWarsTheOldRepublic.com. So here's what you've all come here for. Well, I guess this and also future game updates. So game update 2, this is a sneak peek. It's much better to show video than to talk about it, so we're going to show you a video. And this is your first exclusive view of this video, so yeah. So I think I can honestly say that you've never seen a free game update like this before as an MMO fan. We've put so much stuff into this game update. The team has worked really hard. We wanted to make sure that you feel that the subscription you're paying is worth it. And that's why we put all that work into game update 2. Some of the things you saw with the legacy system, that's something we've been talking about for a long time. You're finally going to get to see the advantages of using the legacy system, especially when you're playing with faults. We also have our new operation on the planet Denova. We have a new war zone on the planet Denova. We have part 2 of Rise of the Rakghouls. So for all of you who've already gone through part 1 of Rise of the Rakghouls and want to see how the story concludes, this is your opportunity. This is something that all of you in this room are very excited about, GUI customization. The team that was working on this put in a lot of long hours because they knew how much everyone here wanted to see it, so congrats to that team. Other things you're going to be seeing, Warzone rankings. This is very important for PvP fans. You're going to be able to play ranked matches now. And there's going to be new ranked gear tiers. And it's just going to be an opportunity for all those PvP fans to be able to compare themselves against other PvP fans. Another thing we're introducing are in-game events. So what are those? it's when you're playing in an online world, you want to feel that that world is dynamic, and we want to make you feel that the Star Wars universe is dynamic. So this is something we're not going to give a lot of details about because we want it to be more of a surprise, but we have a full team devoted to making the universe, the Star Wars universe, feel like it's a living, breathing, dynamic place. Guild banks. This is something that Guild has been asking for since launch. So it's going to be a shared bank that Guild members can use. You're going to be able to unlock up to seven separate tabs. So to open all seven is going to be quite a bit of money. So that will only be for the rich guilds at first. And then you're also going to have a lot of detailed controls. The guild leaders have a lot of different controls, and we'll go over those later today. So some of the other stuff, well, actually before I go there. So I guess we have a whole bunch of other things that we're introducing. You saw it in the video, I won't go over it now. Though one of the things we didn't mention in the video is the fact that we spent a ton of time just going through and fixing all of the less important bugs, the bugs that didn't deserve to be fixed in a weekly patch, but are polished bugs. We actually had a team working for weeks on that. So you're going to see a lot of differences as you play the level up game. I think, well, especially with the legacy system encouraging you to play a game, I think you're going to really like what you see. So when is it coming? When are we going to be deploying to the public test server for people to get that first sneak peek? Well, the exact date is soon. And when are you going to be able to play it live? Well, it's once testing is complete. So we're not giving exact dates right now. The reason we don't want to ever give exact dates is we want to make sure that we've done all the appropriate testing, that all the bugs are and all the kinks are worked out, so that the game update goes really smoothly and then you get a quality experience. Now we're aiming right now for early April, so that's as close as I can say right now. But anyways, that's it. I think I'm going to give it over to Stephen now.
Thank you, Jay. And in case you're wondering, we're going to be talking about just about every aspect of 1.2 in more detail today. You guys here in the room, you've seen the agenda, but I'm going to show it to everybody who's watching us online. So we're getting back here about 2 o'clock this afternoon, 2 o'clock CST, that'll be 8 o'clock GMT. We're going to start off with a discussion about operations and flashpoints. We'll have a whole lot more developers up here. We haven't got these seats here for no reason. So we'll have a whole bunch more developers coming down to talk about operations and flashpoints. 2:45, we'll be doing the discussion about player versus player. 3:30, we'll talk about the legacy system in 1.2. Economy and crew skills will go straight after that at 4 o'clock, CST again. Role-playing discussion will be at 4:30. Guild features at 5. User interface presentation will happen at 5:30. And we have a panel half-jokingly called And the Rest, which is essentially covering off things we didn't cover in those panels, and that'll happen at 6 p.m. CST. If you are watching online, a couple of notes for you guys out on the live stream. I think we have, what do we have, about 4,000 or so watching us online right now. 9,000. Over 9,000? If you are watching online, feel free to post your views in the official Guild Summit forums. If you're a subscriber to the other public, of course. Please feel free to join the conversation. We're using the hashtag SWTOR Summit on Twitter. The live stream is going to return, as I say, at 2 o'clock CST. The US timing for that will be 12 o'clock PST, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In the EU, 8 o'clock GMT and 9 p.m. Central European Time. And in those friends of ours down on the other side of the world, Australia and New Zealand. You guys, it is of course tomorrow already for you. It'll be 7 o'clock in the morning, I think that's Australian Eastern Standard Time, and 9 o'clock in the morning, New Zealand Daylight Time. So we will be back soon for those of you on the live stream. Bye. 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 We out. Yeah, we took the seat stuff. Okay, just a little bit of housekeeping. If you have a question today about anything that's going on, feel free to ask somebody in the staff t-shirt. You guys, a lot of you are wearing these blue t-shirts. We have the green ones. We have the special green. So ask anyone who's wearing all these green Guild Summit t-shirts. Please do keep your badge visible at all times, so so that we know you're here for the Guild Summit, and that we have no problems getting you in and out of the sessions. Do not miss your returning bus. Please don't get stranded by Austin, because they actually shoot people who they don't know. I'm very serious. Yeah, so please don't miss the returning bus from the studio. There are press. Hello to the press. They're in the back row of the auditorium here. So please be nice to them. Don't poke them. And I know many of you want to know what the wireless network details are, and here they are. So the SSID is IBAN_conference, and the password you will need is 07511E. So to get that password to be entered, you'll need to connect to the SSID, launch a web browser, it should redirect to an IBAN page, you'll select conference code, and then you put in this code. Okay? Everybody scribble that down? Here's the obvious important notice about the internet. Please be courteous. We're told that we can monitor everybody's bandwidth. So if anyone starts torrenting, then you're going to be cut off. Everybody got that? 07511. Okay? And a little couple words of the studio tour. So lunch is actually going to be held outside by Austin. We don't have a space inside the studio big enough for everybody and lunch. So we've brought in some food trucks, which is an awesome tradition, and they're going to be outside. As far as I know, it's a nice day. So we should be fun. If you do want a studio tour today, which I'm assuming everybody does, you must have your NDA completed and with you. We're going to take those from you at the door at BioWare Austin. We're going to be taking you through in kind of groups of about 15, so it won't be 200 people trooping through at the same time. I'm afraid we cannot allow any photos or video inside the studio. In case it's not obvious, by the way, you can take as many photos, video, recordings, or anything else you want to do during these sessions here at the Guild Summit. But inside the studio, we can't allow that. There's plenty of cool stuff to see, but at the same time, there's plenty of stuff that we don't necessarily want you to see. And yes, we've covered up all the important stuff already, but just in case. So your memories will have to stay inside your head. The buses will return or leave from BioWare Austin at 1:30 p.m., so please make sure you're on the bus in time so we can get back here in time and ready to go at 2. And that's it for now. Does anyone have any questions about this morning before I let everybody go for a while? What's up, Lynn? Or anything? As long as it's related to the game. Okay, so we do have about half an hour to kill. The buses will be here about 11 a.m. If you guys can sort of go towards the lobby about 11. You can stay in here if you like. If you want to get back up to your room, drop anything off, pick anything up, that's all fine. So yeah, we'll see you in the lobby about 11 a.m.